Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment before we get into it. We post 5+ videos a week, and I throw in that plus because we're doing a lot of playoff coverage. And we're going to start off with the first post-game reaction of the postseason. That's the Heat versus Bucks Game 2. And man, was it raining in Milwaukee.
Yeah, man. Everybody was making threes. Even Giannis made a three, and that guy's a walking.
That's how the game started off, basically.
And that guy's a walking brick. And shit, man.
Shots fired already.
Hey, look, man. First post game reaction and second funeral over here that we got going on. But before we get to his funeral, BTD stats time.
BTD stats times. All right, let's start off with the team stats. Y'all can see right now. Obviously, the Heat scored 98, the Bucks scored 132, and the field goal for each one was 40.2% for the Heat, 48.9% from the Bucks. So yes, they basically made half their shots today. And the Heat scored 28.6% from the three. And how you heard earlier, the Bucks were raining it down with 41.5% from the three-point range. And this is where the Bucks just continued their annihilation of accuracy. They shot 90% from the free throw, while the Heat scored 68.6%. And the Bucks were also killing it on the rebound range with 61 rebounds as opposed to the Heat's 36. 34 assists for the Bucks, 20 from the Heat, 8 steals from the Bucks, 6 from the Heat, 5 blocks from the Bucks, 2 from the Heat. Turnover, the Bucks actually had 17, but it didn't matter because they were just scoring so much, and the Heat made 11 turnovers. And y'all can see the rest, but the largest lead that the Bucks had in this game was 36, and the largest lead that the Heat had, 0, because they just did not catch up from the beginning.
The closest that the Heat have ever got to winning this game was at the start when it was
0-0. honestly. And what further solidifies it, let's look at the individual stats. Should we start with the Heat or should we start with the Bucks? What do you want? Good news or bad news first?
Let's give credit to the winners, man. First.
Okay. Man. Giannis proving himself once again. 31 points with a plus 19, plus or minus, 3 steals, 6 assists, 13 rebounds. And then we got Chris Middleton, 17 points, plus 28 with 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And then third piece of the puzzle, which is a big reason why this Bucks team is playing so different. 11 points, plus 37 with 15 assists and 7 rebounds. And let's give a huge credit to the bench because it wasn't just the starting lineup that was destroying the Heat.
Man, that motherfucker Forbes, man, making everything, man.
22 points from Forbes with a plus 16, and not to mention a nice little 5 rebounds. Connaughton had 15 points with a plus 4, and Portis had 11 points with a plus 18 because he brought in 5 rebounds as well. And then we won't focus on everyone else because they did their thing. We got to focus on the big guys. And then talking about the big guys for the Heat, look, Butler only had 10 points with a minus 34, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Adebayo.
And the real concerning one with Butler, and I think Giannis plays a factor into this, is, bro, he only had 4 free throw attempts.
Yes.
Man, very concerning.
And Adebayo has 16 points with a minus 18, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Nunn had 9 points. Robinson had 10 points. All negative 20 plus, minus 20 plus. I don't know, however you guys like to say, because I've noticed there's a difference. But here are the big contributors to the Heat in this game. Dedmon had 19 points. While he had a minus 15, he still brought 9 rebounds and 2 assists. And Dragic, the Dragon, with 18 points, minus 9, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And I wouldn't bring him up if he wasn't such a big name for the Heat. But Tyler Hero had 4 points, minus 6, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. So
Andrade,
that's
based on all these stats that we see, based on everything that we know and that we saw right now, is this series over?
Bro, I'll be honest with you, I do think it's over. Because I think what this game highlighted, while the Bucks aren't going to be making all these threes, maybe possibly in the rest of the playoff games they play, I think this game goes to show who these teams really are coming into this playoffs and just the season in general. The Heat are not the same team that came into the finals last year. They lost a few key pieces like Crowder and even Olynyk, you know what I mean? And the Bucks added a few key pieces, like I said. while Holiday only had 11 points, he had 15 assists. That's why his plus was 37. He's a big reason. And Giannis, his 31 points, but it's not just that. His plus 19. Giannis, like we said in the beginning, scored that first three for everybody.
That was a bad omen.
Yeah, kind of symbolized where the game was going. He's shown that the game that he's adapted during the regular season this year, he was able to bring it into the playoffs. It wasn't just the fugazi. Like, no, there's a serious change in direction for Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's a beautiful change for a guy who's open to evolve, to become a winner, which is what is needed for any athlete when they want to reach the promised land. You have to change and adapt throughout your career, and Giannis is proving it. The Bucks are proving it. I think this game is a fine example of the Bucks doing that as a whole and individually. And I think this game is also a fine example, unfortunately, of where the Heat are. I don't expect the Heat to play this bad in the next coming of games, but I think they're in a 2-0 hole. Last time they were in a 2-0 hole in the playoffs, what happened? It was in the finals. They lost that.
They were injured.
The only way the Heat have a chance is to win it in 7, which means that they would have to win at least 4 of the next 5 games, and that's not gonna happen. Yeah, what do you think?
Look, man, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. The Bucks are definitely different squad, mentally, talent-wise. Obviously, with Jrue Holiday.
Yes,
these are not last year's Bucks, folks.
Last 2 years
Bucks. From what it looks like, Giannis looks like he's bringing his A game over here. In the playoffs, he's not shrinking, and especially defensively, man. I was watching in the game, man. Jimmy Butler, he was trying to go into the lane. Giannis, blocked him.
Which is crazy because at least in the first game, Butler got that game winner over Giannis.
Yeah, it seems like that's affecting Jimmy, at least with his aggressiveness.
Yeah. Well, what's affecting Jimmy too, bro, is that nobody's fucking helping him.
But guys,
he can't do everything by himself.
That's true,
He's 30-something years old too. Keep that in mind.
He's 31.
He's gonna get gassed out.
He's a grown ass man. And yo, speaking of grown ass man, Bam Adebayo, man, you're looking like a little bitch out there, man.
Yo, straight the fuck up. If you guys watch the game, yes, he ended the game 5 from 11 from the field goal. That on paper looks nice, but if you watch the first half, especially the first quarter, Bam wasn't making shit. He kept missing. Mid-ranges in there, even just like teardroppers and shit. Nothing was going for Bam, and I feel like when things aren't going for him early on, he shrinks, which happens for players. But hey, at least you come back in the second half and like put. But I don't know if he has that ability yet. I don't know if it's like an inner thing, bro. I'm not trying to talk shit with you. I still love you as a player, trust me, and I still think you can do it. Just I don't know, find that Mamba mentality inside you, bro, because it's not there right now. Yeah, and man. Jimmy needs another player with that mentality. He can't just do it all by himself. And Tyler, I brought this in the series preview, the one that we did. He had to prove himself to undoubtedly be that third guy. And we're not getting that. The potential is there. Is it not? Do you think it's there?
Look, man, that's cute and all, but just like I said in the profile series in the beginning of the season, you give me Bradley Beal, and all I got to do is give up Tyler Hero.
Of course, okay, but you don't think that potential is there for Tyler to step up? And he's not doing it.
Andrade, that's cute and all, but potential's not going to be able to
get that. I was asking you a question, or you're not answering the question. You don't think the potential is there?
Not enough to keep him if, I can get a superstar.
Oh, my God, but we're not talking about that. Yes, but we're talking about right now in the playoffs.
Yes, there's the potential.
Okay, and he's not doing it. Hey. And you know what it kind of solidifies the rumors about, like, he's just not the same Tyler Hero with the focus and mindset throughout the whole season that he was last year. And that shit bothers me.
However, not to overreact over here. Look, guys, Heat fans are watching over here. I know it doesn't look pretty, but at the end of the day, this was just one.
Shut the fuck up,
game.
Bro. It's fucking over.
Facts. No, it's not. One game. It was a fucking ass whooping. When it comes over here. But come on, man! You honestly think the Bucks are gonna do 61 rebounds again? You keep
saying one game.
Do you think it is one game?
Okay, look.
It's only one game. You have to they won 3 games.
2 games have
been played. They were in the first game,
and now they're down 2-0.
Andrade,
okay.
Look.
Well, the first game, I want to say I think they won that first game because they shocked the Bucks with the energy and the attitude they came with. Now, the game 2, everyone's now alerted. This is the playoffs, and that's why I say this game is a finer example of who these two teams really are.
Look, who's the home team these past 2 games?
Okay, the Bucks.
Okay,
which is a big reason. Keep that in mind, guys. Last year we had the bubble. The biggest difference this year in the playoffs, we actually have some home court advantage.
Look, the Bucks did what they were supposed to do. they served their home court. They did what they had to do during these first 2 games, and guess who comes back home in these 2 games? The Miami Heat.
And you think the Heat have enough talent and
I have faith that at least at the
intensity to tie it back into for Game 5?
Absolutely. This game.
I hope you're right. I'm not sure. I don't think the Bucks end up taking one upset home court from the Heat.
Look, until somebody loses at home, this series is not over yet.
Okay, I mean, I hope you're. The thing is,
no, it's not hope, man.
The Bucks are just like we said. They're proving to be a different team.
I think you're just overreacting off one game, bro.
Bro, yes, it's two games that have been. This guy keeps saying it's been 2 games that have been
the first game was close as hell. It could have been anybody's game.
But I told you why it might have been, and I think a good influence of that was it's the first game of the playoffs for both teams, and just in general, it's the first game in the playoffs.
The reason why the Heat
and the Bucks might have just not been ready.
The Heat weren't ready either. Jimmy Butler, the best player. Yes, besides
but they come with that like you knew Butler was already
what happened with
talking
Bam
to them and everything.
Bam didn't show up that game.
Giannis had he seemed a little more nonchalant about it, and now Giannis the Beast has been awoken. And guess what? When the Beast gets awoken, here's the biggest surprise to me though. When the series preview, the one thing I told you that made me nervous about the Bucks, whether they could win in this round or not, and just win in the playoffs period, is they were going in that approach like, okay, we're gonna focus less on the regular season and not put all our effort and energy into it, and we're gonna turn on the switch in the playoffs. And I was very concerned because that would be the first time they would do it as a team with this core. And unless you've done it before, like LeBron does it all the time, but that's because he's been doing it for years, would you be able to turn that switch on? Because to turn that switch on takes a lot of mental and physical adaptation. Okay. And surprisingly, in just the first year that they're trying that strategy out, they've been able to turn that switch on.
Well, look, man, momentum can change real quick when it comes to the playoffs. And okay, you clearly see the series over. So how many games do you see it's over? You're gonna be as delusional as this fat ass Charles Barkley and say, "Oh, it's gonna be a sweep."
Fuck Charles Barkley. It's not gonna be a sweep, bro. It's not gonna be a sweep. At the very least, I give the Heat one game. It might be a little biasy at me, but I can see the Bucks finishing it in 6.
I'm gonna change my opinion. I had Miami in 6. I'm gonna.
You don't have a choice now. Because they're not gonna win 4 games in a row, bro. They're not going to win 4 games in a row.
Technically, it's possible.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, we can do a lot of things.
Yeah, of course, man. I could eat Taco Bell and not, shit a storm.
I don't know. You couldn't eat 6 packs of NBA Dynasty Oreos. What?
That may be a bit.
That's a future video. Just watch out for that, guys.
I'm gonna say Heat in 7, man. I think they're gonna be able to figure it out.
I think that's you holding out as a Heat fan.
Maybe.
Which, as a Heat fan, I would say I'm holding out.
Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna admit a little biasy. No shit. Yeah. I'm wearing the shirt.
My unbiased opinion, it is the Heat. Heat culture is a real thing. This is unbiased, guys. I will give the Heat a 20 to 25% chance of pulling an upset and winning the game in 7. But that's, like I said, 20 to 25% chance. It's a very low chance.
It all depends how they come out in Game 3. If they don't come out in Game 3 with that sense of urgency, and
if they lose Game 3,
they're fucked.
I might even be like, shit, maybe Barkley's right. This ends in the sweep. Because if they lose Game 3, it's a very hard just to win it in Game 4, which is still possible because maybe Jimmy comes out and does all these incredible things.
We'll see.
But it can't just be. Tyler needs to wake up. Like
Bam needs to wake up. Yeah. He's looking like a bitch out there, man.
Precious, I don't know if he can tap into some
Precious
shit.
Fuck I don't know. Here, man.
Well, bro, I'm trying to reach out to anybody.
Because
Ariza, I don't think he's a little too tired. Iggy's a little too old. It's not just like this is just a talented Bucks squad. This is also a chip on the shoulder Bucks team who's still fairly young, and they're just better, more talented squad. The only undeniable thing the Heat have over the Bucks is the coach. They have the more experience, overall better, unbiased coach. Spoelstra over Budenholzer. Anything, come on.
Guys, we'll see what happens. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Yo, Bucks fans, you guys must be super
the Heat have a chance, guys.
Do the Heat have a chance? Are the Bucks...
They're all going to be like, nah.
Oh, hey, get that guy in the blue.
Good luck next year, guys.
Yeah, get that guy in the blue. All these fucking Lakers fans are going to come out from last year and say, ha, that stupid shit. Hey, but you know what? Fuck, whatever. Fuck it, appreciate all the love and the hate,
And if you guys think the Bucks are going to take it, how quick? 6 games? 5 games? 4 games?
I gotta get this guy, but fucking Bucks jersey over here, man. Yo, Miami.
I'm an unbiased analyst, man. I'm just saying.
Man,
I'm just saying. When you tune into BTD,
yeah, he's an
no
unbiased.
bias
He's an
for the most
unbiased.
part.
He's an unbiased pessimist. So that's what he fucking is. But either
It's
way,
more realistic, you know, with a dash of pessimism.
Well, not like a dash. Put it like a whole laundry load of pessimism over here. Whatever, guys. I appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. You catch us on Twitter, TikTok, and podcast streaming like
Platforms.
Platforms. I don't know why I'm saying services, man.
You'll get used to it.
Platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, amongst others.
Hell
Catch you
yeah.
guys soon. For now,
Take
later.
care.